Among the many prominent people to add their voices to the call on Ghanaians to pay their TV license fee is former President Mr. John Dramani Mahama. The former president said public broadcasting is a necessary ingredient for national development and that it is the duty of Ghanaians to put the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation GBC on a sound financial footing to insulate it from both commercial and political influence.
That it was under your watch that the TV license issue was reintroduced. That was about 2 years ago. Did it come to your attention before the reintroduction of the TV license, and what were some of your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I did. The renewed TV license law, which went to Parliament, came to our attention as far back as when I was Vice President. It actually had been handled by President Kufuor's government, and then it was left to us, and then we took it when I was Vice President to Atta Mills, and it was discussed extensively until I became President. It was when I was President that it came to Cabinet, and eventually it was sent to Parliament to be enacted. I'm sure that it went through a lot of debates, you know, but I guess that there's best practice that we can look at. TV license is paid in many countries, even in advanced countries, in order to be able to provide resources for what they call the public broadcaster, to be able to put on the programs that continue to identify the culture of the people. I mean, do the kind of programming that, you know, of course, the more razzmatazz, you know, TV stations are not interested in doing. And so there are best practices that we can look at and adapt going forward. But what we need to do is to categorize GBC properly into what we want it to be. GBC is a bit of a hybrid. It seems to be competing with the private TV stations at the same time, doing public broadcasting. What should GBC be? If we decide what GBC should be, then we can look at best practice across the world and decide how we should fund GBC. Currently, government is partially funding GBC because government pays the salaries of all the workers, and it's only the operational goods and services and other things that and capital. Sometimes government comes in to provide capital expenditure, because I remember we've re-equipped GBC several times. Yes. So it's a mixed funding source. We need to be clear what GBC is, and based on that we can tell how we want to fund it, you know, going forward.
And you've been president. Is it true that governments, including yours, played a hand in how GBC was run, just because you were paying the salaries of workers and so on and so forth?
Since the 1992 Constitution, GBC has become more and more independent. Of course, the National Media Commission is responsible for appointing the managing director because of a Supreme Court interpretation. And then aside from that, they're also responsible for appointing the board, of course, in consultation with government. But once that has been done, really, the Minister of Communications cannot directly, you know, influence GBC's content.